The leader of Thailand's anti-government movement is pushing for the appointment of an unelected prime minister. He says the interim prime minister is not legitimate. Meantime, Thailand's anti-government protests continue, moving on to a new site. For the past 3 months, demonstrators have been living in Lum-pini Park, and their rapid departure has exposed widespread damage to the environment. Cheng reports.
It was once an oasis of calm in the bustling metropolis of Bangkok. Named after the birthplace of Buddha, it was a green sanctuary for the plants and wildlife in a city that was booming around it. Today, Lum-pini Park is a bedraggled mess. Its lush green meadows are now trampled and worn bare. Beds of exotic flowers have withered with a lack of care. And tons of human waste fill the huge pond, leaving a stench that hangs over the area. For the past 3 months, the park has been the operational base and home to thousands of anti-government protesters. But the pressure of so many people eating, sleeping and creating waste in such a small area has had a huge impact on the park's ecosystem. As law and order broke down on the streets outside, few paid attention to the regulations in the park, and security concerns kept the garbage collectors out as rubbish built up inside. One protester we met showed us how badly the fish were being affected. The usually hardy catfish had started floating up from the bottom. He told me that some of the fish had actually thrived under the occupation as people fed them waste, but now they were starting to die. The protesters' victory last week in getting Yingluck Shinawat expelled from office is also good news for the park. The unwanted guests have decided to move their camp closer to Government House. Suddenly, the tent city was packed up and the park abandoned. Well, the PDRC protesters have now moved on to a site on the other side of the city, close to Government House. But they've left behind them a huge sea of rubbish in one of Bangkok's very few open green spaces. And many people estimate the damage here will take years to recover. As usual in Thailand, an army of workers are at the ready to clean up. The streets outside the park hosed down so that tomorrow life will return as normal. Inside, a handful of late afternoon joggers coming back after an absence of 3 months. And now you see the damage to the park. How does it make you feel?
It feels bad. It's very sad. They store everything.
How long do you think it'll take to get back to normal?
Oh, I think it's for become like before, at least 1 year. For the tree, for the grass, everything.
The park will be closed for several days as the police sweep for evidence and a thorough clean-up is undertaken. But while the grass will grow back quickly, the deeper scars of this political occupation will take much longer to heal. Cheng, CCTV, Lum-pini Park, Bangkok.